Greetings and welcome to the Aquarians out there. This is Ron. We are working with the energy of fixed air. Okay. Now, with this comes the 11th house, and we are watched over by Saturn and Uranus as benefactors of both order and disorder, structure and chaos. So, we'll go ahead and begin now with a small spread. Uh, After that, we'll go through the Great Mirror, which is a 9 card spread. Uh, let's go ahead and get started now with a bit of a pre-read. Thanks for tuning in. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Tarot of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the Order of the Twin Sun. Please take only what you will. I do appreciate your support of the channel. This is for the month of October, spilling over into November. We're going to get started now. Happy Halloween to y'all. Okay. We have here an evolution, a movement that is about structures, trying to be a proprietor of structures, trying to be someone who maintains the order around them. This is done from a distance, and you are able to essentially call upon some great understanding, some great knowing of the veil. And with this, a superstructure comes about, a way of thinking, a way of looking into the future that comes from a very responsible and distant sort of comfort. Okay, so this is a very comfortable reading, and this talks about empowerment, moving from place to place, looking for a way to create the order for yourself, but then finding that you being distant from, especially emotional traumas or distant from emotional ridiculousness, you're able to find or create for yourself a plan of some sort, bringing forward realities that revolve around the Three of Pentacles. Okay, a great deal of expectation comes with this, and I think you are becoming wise and moving forward and trying to create a sense of territory, a sense of place, a sense of home, if you will. And this is all about coming into that kingly nature. This has to do with order as well as severing from the past and moving forward in a bright way into the future. Quite bland, but it could also mean that there is a possibility that you may be in a situation with another and you have found a way to bring about the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is it has to do with being a connoisseur, working on a method in order so that people are satiated left and right. There's a cooperation here, a mode of cooperation, but you are being a leader in some respect with others. Okay, this is very good. It bodes very well. All right, we'll go get started now with the Great Mirror. This does not have to resonate for everyone. If it does for you, please take what you will in order to sustain a sense of responsibility with the way things pan out with you and another. And this calls upon the energy of another person. Okay, person, place, or thing even could be a project. But within the Great Mirror, you can see on three levels of subtlety: the conscious mind, the subtle mind, and then the unconscious mind, what is going on with you, any particular other. Okay. Okay. There, once again, there's a sense of order with manqué d'ordre. There's a sense of order here. It has to do with non-action. Okay. If you feel that you may have fallen out with others or with a particular other, there's a sense in that loneliness. The loneliness is converted into solitude, into comfort. Okay. And this allows you to order your thoughts and your drives, your ambitions, and to curb them in a certain way to behave responsibly. This also speaks of, let's see here, the Empress. Finding a sense of power with paths left unwalked. Okay, there's a certain amount of stillness that you may be coming to, and it will allow you to understand different dualities and not really choosing one or the other of those dualities. This this is a very maturing process that I see, and it also bodes well in terms of fertility. You're dealing with someone here, excuse me, who's a nouvelle connaissant, someone who cherry picks, someone who is detached but then is still imbibing, sipping from different cups. Okay. Try to bring that a bit closer. Yeah. Yep. So it can't be seen very well, but we're just gonna have to do our very best here now. There is a possibility here that a great fire is sort of making itself known through Jupiter's auspices. Okay, so there's a lot of expansive energy here with Venus and the Empress as well. The Eight of Rods. Uh, Usually, this bodes well in terms of intuition. If you combine the Empress card with the Eight of Rods, we have here fire in the stomach, fire in the belly. Okay, this it brings forward a sense of rebirth or new birth, something new in terms of the expansive quality of both fertility and Jupiter. Okay, that's very good. Mm, but it's interesting because there is not the fool's energy, but the magician's energy here in the reverse. Um, you are coming into power when it comes to this situation. Whoever you're dealing with, you are being seen as someone who's coming into power. You've walked the path, you've chosen the path to walk. Yet, it's something that was given to you, and you probably thought that you didn't choose that path, but it unfolded before you, beneath your feet. It's that kind of feeling. Uh, the sun is dark in here, and there's something about you embracing the darker aspects of the magician. Okay, so that is, it has to do with the recent effects of Mercury retrograde, and then that lifting. But something happened during that period, and now there is some form of realization. The Fool's energy emerges. It carries on the tradition of the magician carries on the tradition of the Fool here. Okay, but in a dark path, in an unknown sort of mysterious energy. Okay, that's emerging out of you, and that's good. The thing is that there is a motif here of a feeling of expedition, a feeling of having to move away, to go away from joy in order to bring forward some sort of very powerful magic. This is very interesting reading for Aquarius. Now, you're dealing with someone who's always been a type of obstacle. They probably know this. An obstacle means that they they tend to bring out obstacles for others, not in a negative way. It's just that they are letting loose their burdens in some sort of way. They play a type of Christ symbol in this reading in particular. There's something about them letting the burden go, okay? And both of you meet in the Nine of Pentacles, as far as I know. Nine of Pentacles and the the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Okay, Ten of Cups mirrors the Ten of Pentacles that showed up earlier in your pre-read. There's something about this feeling of an ending that is very strong here, especially on their end. This has to do with cutting loose a connection that was burdensome in some sort of respect, that being the obstacle that divides two halves to become a whole. There's always this sort of balancing that they are taking care of. But the positive thing is that they're coming into an extreme form or version of the truth that they want to impart onto you. Okay? The thing is that they don't know how to approach you. There's something here about a way of thinking, okay? A way of isolation, especially, and contemplation in isolation, a way of sadhana, meditation here that is strong, that is going to bring about something in terms of the mental plane, okay? So you both have to be aware of what is being thought here. What they are going to bring, essentially, is the Seven of Swords, I think. They would cut down one of the 8 swords, or nullify that, and then bring it down to the Seven of Swords in the reverse. And that has to do with a sort of baffling type of incident that comes about, okay? This could be through texts, this could be through writing, this can be through some form of communication, okay? But like I said, they don't know how to approach you in terms of that. You've already gone on a new path, and they don't understand your magic. This is a very deep karmic connection, if I can use that term, you know, without being too heavy. This has to do with being logistic. Le légiste is here, which is different from justice. This has to do with, essentially, this has to do with counting on various differences and coming up with truths according to what is being balanced here, okay? So far, I'm seeing that there is a corrosive quality to this connection. There's some sort of incident coming, and there's a need to count on each other in a way. There's always been this need to count on each other, okay? To balance out, or to imbalance, if you will, to give and take in a certain way that takes the delay of time, okay? That is very, very hard to balance out, okay? Because often there is a type of desire that emerges out of fire, and a need for you to sort of get out of very dark patches when it comes to sort of trying to equalize, especially what is what can be made to be an offer, okay? There is a challenge here of you not being understood, mostly, being unorthodox in a certain way, in true Aquarian fashion, being very distant, but then they are also very, very guilty of the same thing. I see here a lot of Leo energy as well. Yeah, Leo, some of Jupiter, Sagittarius, Aries, possibly. Libra, another Aquarius, possibly. Anyways, there's something here about a type of departure, union, disunion, and then you being painted as someone who cannot be understood in terms of the emotional complexities if they happen. There usually is a type of dark emotional undertone that comes from the deeper aspect of you that cannot be understood by them. There also is a fire that is really there's a desire here, very deeply entrenched in the Two of Cups in the reverse from them, making it very difficult to actually to make that sort of bridge work. The difference is one horse as well, so mobility is being one of them, and this sort of dark aura that you give off, because you have the magician, the dark magician there in the reverse. Fairly interesting. I find it very, very interesting, but I cannot go any deeper without any context. In terms of advice, yeah, the Fool, I told you. So I kept harping on about the Fool earlier. It's the first card in null, 0, before the 1, which is the magician card. The Fool in the reverse. There's something about you that cannot make this new beginning, whatever that means. This has to do with what? What is the Fool looking at? This has to do with making a type of contact or communication, even thinking about another person, especially after some sort of collapse when it comes to manipulation, when it comes to something that was done in an emotional way to produce a type of effect. Okay, um, yeah, fairly interesting, fairly interesting. You are dealing here with someone I think that is extremely philosophic, like a Sagittarius, ninth housey. They are extremely. You guys mirror each other in terms that both of you are exploring various things, various options right now. That's what I see. Sorry for the cutoff. Hopefully, I could patch that up and whatnot. And yeah, take care now. Bye bye.